Well, everyone, it's time for us to go ahead and compare the Apple Watch Series 11 against the first generation Apple Watch Ultra and see which particular watch is the better one for you. Now, in almost every single way, you might think the Series 11 is better because it's newer, but these two watches do bring a lot of differences, and the answer might not be as clear as you think. Now, starting off with the outside, well, first of all, if you want to pick up either one of these watches, links will be down in the description below. You can get them from there, and you can help support the channel at the exact same time. Now, starting off with the outside of both, the Apple Watch Ultra came out a couple of years ago, so it's already a few years old, and it basically comes out in one size, which is that 49mm titanium case. I feel like this watch, even in today's standards, still feels very good, and when you actually take a look at other watches in the market, things like an Apple Watch Ultra 3, a Series 11, it still holds up very, very well. So kind of keep that in mind. I still feel like this watch does a really good job at a lot of things you throw at it. Like I said, 2000 nits of peak brightness, OLED display, very good type of panel, and if you're going to go through and pick up a watch, this thing still holds up very well. The Apple Watch Series 11 comes out in two different sizes. This one is a 46mm size or a smaller 42mm size. So it still gives you an aluminum or titanium case, which is very nice, and you're still going to be able to get a really nice type of watch when it comes down to it from that side as well. So I still am a really big fan of this type of watch. I feel like it still does a really good job. And if you're going to go through once again and pick up a watch, I feel like this thing does a really good job again at a lot of things you throw at it. And like I said, this is a really, really good type of watch when it comes down to it too. Now this one also gives you 2000 nits of peak brightness, wide angle OLED, LTPO3, so still a really good panel from that standpoint as well. Now when it comes down to some of the features built inside of these watches, the Apple Watch Series 11 gives you hypertension notifications. The Apple Watch Ultra doesn't really give you that, but it does give you a lot of other similar types of features built in. You have ECG apps, low cardio fitness, blood oxygen applications built in, and heart rate sensors on both. Now they do both give you sleep tracking, however the Series 11 gives you sleep apnea notifications. They both give you vitals app tracking, heart rate temperature sensing, all that stuff. They both give you emergency SOS mode. The Ultra does give you a siren mode, which is actually really cool. When it kind of comes down to the durability, this is where the Apple Watch Ultra 1 is going to kind of win at. It's going to give you twice the amount of water resistance, it's going to give you a depth gauge up to 40 meters, and it's going to give you a water temperature sensor on both, but it will be a little bit more of a durable watch on the Apple Watch Ultra 1. On top of that, you're going to be getting essentially cellular options on both, but the Series 11 gives you 5G capability. When it comes down to their battery lives, the Apple Watch Ultra is going to be giving you 36 hours of, basically usage, where the Series 11 is giving you 24 hours. So that right there is also going to be another key, comparison, because you're probably going to end up getting a watch on the Series 11 that isn't going to be as great of battery life compared to the Apple Watch Ultra. Now, also when it comes down to their chipsets inside, the Apple Watch Ultra is going to be giving you that S8 chipset, where the Series 11 is giving you the S10 chipset. With that extra chipset, it's going to give you that wrist flick gesture, double tap gesture, and different things like that is going to be an advantage on the Series 11 over the standard Apple Watch Ultra. Now the biggest thing is the price tag. The Ultra, when it first came out, was very expensive, and even now, it still is pretty pricey for a used couple-year-old watch. They're still costing basically around $300-ish for like a used one. The Series 11 brand new is about $400 for the GPS model. So they're both roughly around the same price in the brand new used market comparison. But what I will tell you is, when it comes down to both of these, the Apple Watch Ultra 1 I think is a very good watch, and if it came down to both, in some ways I feel like I'd rather buy an Apple Watch Ultra 1, right? I feel like it's going to be giving me more of like a flagship experience. And if I didn't really care about the hypertension notifications, sleep apnea notifications, 5G capability, and having like a worse watch, I think an Ultra, worse in terms of speed, I think the Apple Watch Ultra 1 is still a tremendous watch to buy. For comparison, even though I compare and buy all these watches, I still use an Apple Watch Series 4, and I love it. The Apple Watch Series 11, I feel like it's still a great watch. I feel like it's still very, very good. Obviously, it's brand new, and if you have all the money, go for this one. But I think the Ultra 1 is a very good watch for the price, kind of, when you look at it. So, in terms of that kind of covers it up there. If you have any other thoughts or questions, please let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that'll mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.